All right, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's Lockhart Lions sporting event here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. We got a special treat as we have two broadcasts that's going to be going simultaneously here at Lockhart, Texas. Of course, TD Tom Dunn is going to be across the road from the baseball field. He's going to be broadcasting the Lady Lions softball game versus the Lehman Lobos, the Lady Lobos. Well, I'm going to be here at the baseball field. It is the Lockhart Lions versus the Glen Grizzlies in district action. Both teams come into tonight's action 0-2 in district play. But before we get to that, I got TD Tom Dunn on the mic with us right now. TD, how's it going?
It's awesome. It's great to do two Lockhart Lions events at the same time on Lions Pride Sports broadcast and give everybody a chance to watch both the baseball and the softball side. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, and it definitely is because we got one Tish Deutsch, who is actually here at the baseball field, and she has a daughter playing on the softball team, and she has a son playing on the varsity baseball team. So it's like she was stuck in between, but on the way up here, she wanted to thank us for being able to do what we're doing today because now she could sit and watch both games at the same time. And this is a big thing for us, TD. And, I can't thank you enough for what you've done for Lions Pride Sports broadcast. Of course, you were there with me for the first season, and you came over and helped out with the JV or the freshman game at Medina Valley. And ever since then, you've been a part of the broadcast. And it takes a lot to do what we do, and I can't thank you enough for what you're doing to bring Lady Lions softball to people, to Lockhart Lions fans all around the world while I do baseball at the same time.
Well, I appreciate it. Just like you, Sarge, we do it because we love it. A lot of these girls that I'm watching play here, I've coached over the last 10 years. They're 14 now. We started when they were 4 playing T-ball, so I've had the great pleasure of watching a lot of these girls go from T-ball all the way to the varsity level. And speaking of that group of girls that I've coached, we've got 2 of them who are freshmen who are putting in time on this varsity, and one you already mentioned, that's going to be Jordan Deutsch. She's number 14, and then the other freshman on this varsity team is Andrea Barrientos, and she'll be wearing number 2. So it's a great pleasure of mine to be able to watch those girls that I've coached for years, as well as these other girls that I've watched as well for a long time. And this is a really talented softball program. And as you know, Lady Lions softball does have a new coach, and Coach Manny Espino, and he's just brought an incredible work ethic program and just general attitude to this softball program. And they're looking to do big things this year and in the future.
Yeah, and you talk about the energy that he's brought to this team. Not only it's a big change, like about a 180-degree turn from what it was last year. Talk about the energy that he's brought to the team this year.
Oh man, I mean it's incredible, and he's definitely one of those hands-on coaches. As you guys can see who are tuned in here, he's the one out here hitting the balls to players in pregame warm-up. He does it all with these girls, and it's not just on the field thing with softball. It's also off the field as well. He's got these girls doing volunteer work, doing community outreach stuff, and so just a really whole package of a softball program that he's running here at Lockhart 2024. And he's got a daughter in 8th grade who will be joining the Lady Lions next year as a freshman. So hopes are high and fingers are crossed that we get to keep Coach Manny Espino for a number of years here, which is definitely a fresh difference for the Lady Lions softball program, as they've had some turnover of coaching over the last few years.
Yeah, they have. And, of course, we got Coach Arias over here who's done a great job here at Lockhart for the baseball team. Lockhart's been a very tough district the last couple of years here at Lockhart High School. And, of course, the Lady Lions, the district got tougher from what it was the previous 2 years, but they've got a handle of it. And how's it looking for the Lady Lions? Could we be seeing the playoffs after they missed the playoffs for the first time in, 10, 12 years?
It's been a long time, and I tell you, Sarge, so we saw some changes with redistricting, but what actually didn't change was on the softball side. The teams that they're playing this year, they're in the same district as they've been the last few years. So one of the advantages of that is you start to get to know your opponents over time. You learn their strengths and weaknesses, and some rivalries emerge. And one of the new rivalries is one that we're watching right here tonight is Lockhart and Lehman. And this game has big implications for the district, but also has a lot of meaning for the folks involved with it, as Coach Manny Espino did come to Lockhart from Lehman. I've talked to him about it personally, and I know this is a huge one for him, and he desperately wants to get the win out here tonight against the Lehman Lobos.
Oh, yeah. Now, you took the words right out of my mouth. Of course, I talked to you earlier, and things are going to be looking pretty good. I think we might be doing the away game when the Lady Lions will be traveling to Lehman, so that's going to be another big game. And, of course, Lockhart has the Glen Grizzlies from Leander here tonight. They lost their first two district games last week against, matter of fact, I believe it was Lehman Lobos. And so it's going to be a good matchup here in Lockhart. And Lockhart, to get back to the playoffs for the Lions, it's going to be very tough for them. But I think it's very doable with the young squad we got. They only got 11 players on the squad. But you got guys, Jacob Wisnett, Ethan Mendez, Santiguera. I mean, this lineup is stacked from top to bottom with great baseball players. And two guys you got sitting on the bench to start for tonight's start. You got Noah Sanchez and Jesse Flores. Those are starters any other day. So we got 11 starters that could start, any game at any time. So, we got a great group. We got Gage Deutsch, who's going to be on the mound today, and that young man can really bring the heat. Of course, he was an outstanding wide receiver for the Lockhart Lions, and he's got a strong arm, and you've mentioned it before. He could get up to about 85 to 90 miles an hour if he needed to.
He can. He does have an awful strong arm, and that's one thing that both Lions team on the softball and baseball side have going for them is pitching. And over here on the softball side, we'll have senior Emma Betancourt on the mound, and she's done a great job so far this year for the Lady Lions. She has a ton of movement in her pitch. She does not throw that straight fastball. She can put it on all the corners, and she can throw all the pitches. So it's definitely a challenge for batters to come in and hit against Emma Betancourt, as it is for players over there on the baseball field to come in and try to hit that heat that Gage Deutsch is throwing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, of course, tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night for the Lockhart Lions and the Lady Lions tonight. So a big night of baseball and big night of softball, and a big night for Lockhart Lions sports and Lady Lions sports here in Lockhart, Texas. And, of course, they had a groundbreaking ceremony earlier today as they're going to have the 6th elementary school that's going to be coming up here in Lockhart, Texas. So the big day and a big night for Lockhart ISD and Lions Pride Sports Broadcast. So,
and you mentioned teachers night. We're getting just about ready as we're getting the teachers lined up over here at the softball field. So we'll drop off here in just a minute, Sarge, and then we'll go live with our crowd mic so the folks at home can watch the announcements of the teachers and some of the things that these softball players had to say about their teachers.
Oh, yes. And we got, like I said, they're getting set up over here. And, of course, I'm doing triple duty tonight. Or should I say quadruple duty? I'm play-by-play, producing, camera, and the PA guy for the stadium tonight. So I got my hands full tonight.
Especially when you're used to being carried most of the time by TD.
Well, I said I couldn't carry you, TD. My back's not that strong.
I tell you what, I think we're giving the coach too much time off. You're doing baseball. I'm doing softball. We might have to send him over to the soccer field for playoffs.
Yeah, well, he'll say it's not the same thing as football. And one thing about Coach, I've tried to get him to come on to do a basketball game or a volleyball game, and he's like, nope. What? He's like once 5 o'clock hits and that football season is over, he's done.
That's right. Well, that's bedtime outside of football season for the coach.
Oh yeah, but we got a great group on Friday Night Lights. Of course, myself, you as color commentary, and you stepped in to do play-by-play when I need it. Of course, Coach always with his insight, and our wonderful guests that we have just about every week that come in and join us. We're going to be looking forward to another great Friday nights. Of course, I think we have a Thursday night game. I don't think the schedule's been out, but as far as the Hay schedule, they have us playing on a Thursday night at Bob Shelton Stadium. So, a Thursday night for Lockhart Lion football is going to be coming up.
All right, Sergeant, we're getting ready to announce the teachers here, so I'm going to let you go. Always a pleasure broadcasting 2 places at once.
Oh, yeah, and, of course, the late lines will be done before we get done, so if you get a chance, hop on over here if you like to.
Oh, we'll do.
All right, you have a good one, TD, and thank you very much for all that you do. All right, that was TD Tom Dunn, our color commentary guy for Friday Night Lights. Has stepped up and taken over the reins for Lady Lions softball, so I want to give him a big shout-out and a big thanks. as well as our main sponsor, Kent Riddle Properties and Kreitz Market Barbecue. Want to give them a big shout out too. Of course, an extra shout out to Mr. Kent Riddle. You know, Lions Pride Sports Broadcasting will be doing double duty tonight with 2 dual broadcasts at the same time, which means Kent Riddle will have his hands full as he'll be QAing both Lady Lion softball and Lockhart Lion baseball at the same time. So thank you for joining us, Mr. Riddle, for all that you do. Making sure that we sound good and look good for all you Lockhart Lion fans out there. And for tonight, all you Leander Glen Grizzly fans that may be tuning in and watching tonight's broadcast on our YouTube channel. So thank you for joining us. And we're going to take a quick time out. And when we come back, we're going to have Teachers Appreciation Night, the announcement, the lineups for both teams, the national anthem. And we'll have a big word from the great Bambino himself before the first pitch comes around at 7 p.m. But right now, we're going to take a quick time out, and we'll be right back with more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast.
Kent Riddle Properties has been the main sponsor of the Lions Pride Sports broadcast since 2020, and has been a big supporter of Lockhart Lion sports for over 40 years. Lockhart Lion fans all over the world have been able to follow the games on the Kent Riddle Properties scoreboard, as well as being the main sponsor of the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. Kent is also the QA guy for every broadcast. Kent Riddle has been in the real estate business for over 35 years. If you are looking to buy, sale, or lease a property in the area, you can contact Kent Riddle at 512-359-0036.
Smoke Texas Barbecue puts smiles on faces. Since 1900, Kreitz Market has been putting smiles on faces with every bite of Smoke Texas Barbecue. Located off of Highway 183 at 619 North Colorado Street in Lockhart, Texas, fifth-generation owner Keith Schmidt continues the tradition of providing the best barbecue in Texas with its award-winning varieties of beef, sausage, and pork meats. All Kreitz Barbecue is Post Oak smoked to perfection under Pitmaster Roy Perez's watchful eye in Kreitz Market's hallowed brick pits. Let Kreitz cater your party or event. Kreitz can assemble a complete barbecue dinner and sides for any event in Central Texas. To get a quote on catering, Kreitz Barbecue Catering Manager Weston Black can be reached at 512-398-2361. That's 512-398-2361. Kreitz Market opens 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sundays from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can find out more about Kreitz Market on their Facebook page or go to KreitzMarket.com. That's www.KreitzMarket.com. Adam & Sons AC and Heating is a locally owned business. President, CEO, and U.S. Navy veteran Adam Renteria has been certified in HVAC since 2010. Adam is also certified as a home performance specialist through BPI. Adam & Sons offers professional work, excellent quality service with affordable prices. Whether it's commercial or residential, Adam & Sons is the one to call. Contact Adam & Sons AC and Heating at 512-844-2695 or email adamrenteria64air@yahoo.com. Mention you heard this ad on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast and get 10% off your service call.
I'm Ross Alexander, founder of the War Room Strength Club. I have been working with individuals and athletes since 2003. I have mentored and worked under the likes of Mike Graham, Bobby Warren, Charles Alston, and first-generation coaches under Mark Ripito. I am also a former two-sport collegiate athlete. I have worked with everyone from those starting their fitness journeys to athletes in collegiate and elite ranks of athletic performance. My ideology is working functional and fundamental strength while also implementing a proactive injury preventative and/or recovery regimen. I hold summer performance camps open for young athletes from 11 years old to the collegiate level. I also take clients all throughout the year at any age and fitness level. Along with a workout program, I also offer services for food intake accountability and meal planning, and also mental and emotional positivity consulting. I look forward to hearing from you. Go Lions.
and welcome to tonight's district matchup between the Leander Glen Grizzlies and your Lockhart Lions. Now to the introduction of the visiting team, the Glen Grizzlies. Starting with the substitutes, the reserve players: number 3, Chance Newton; number 5, Robert Sandoval; number 9, Braylon DeLoche; number 23, Antone Nelson. And now for the starting lineup, batting first and playing shortstop, number 7, Chase Roberts; batting second, playing right field, number 10, Dom Tanier; batting third and playing second, number 13, Ruben Cantu; batting fourth and playing catcher, number 19, Jacob Phelan; batting fifth and playing third, number 4, Ronan Murray; batting sixth and playing left field, number 6, Anthony Rodriguez; batting seventh, designated hitter, number 21, Billy McHenry; and playing third base, number 22, Anthony Hudson; batting eighth, playing left field, number 11, Joe Brennan; batting ninth, and on the mound for the Grizzlies, number 2, Blake Rickers. Coaches for the Grizzlies, Coach Darling and Coach Guzman. Tonight here at Lockhart Lions Baseball Field, it is Teacher Appreciation Night. We would like to welcome everyone to Teacher Appreciation Night tonight. The group of teachers here this evening have made an impact on our players' lives, and for that we thank you. We would like you to be recognized as you accompany the players onto the field and join them for the national anthem. Now for tonight's lineup for your Lockhart Lions, starting with the reserves. Number 15, Jesse Flores with Coach Mauricio Martinez. Number 14, Noah Sanchez with Mr. Adrian Torres. And now for your starting lineup for the Lockhart Lions, batting first and playing center field, number 3, Jacob Wisnett with Miss Leanne Castillo. Batting second and playing third base, number 16, Ethan Mendez with Mr. Dwayne Silken. Batting third and behind the plate, playing catcher, number 2, Santiago Guerra with Miss Caitlin Graham. Batting fourth, playing shortstop, number 6, Nick Ojeda with Mr. Ty Henricks. Batting fifth and on the mound for the Lockhart Lions, number 1, Gage Deutsch with Coach Rachel Huggins. Batting sixth and playing left field, number 9, Giovanni Vasquez with Miss Blue Devonon. Batting seventh and playing first base, number 13, Weston Phillips with Miss Irene Sosa. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 7, Waylon Phillips with Miss Trinity Burton. And batting ninth, playing second base, number 5, Gavin Renteria with Miss Melissa Gratz. Coaches for the Lockhart Lions is Coach Arias and Coach Martinez. Now would you all please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. And now a word from the great Bambino himself.
Hurry up, batter. It's going to be a short game, and I got to get home for lunch.
And welcome to tonight's district matchup between the Lockhart Lions and the visiting Leander Glen Grizzlies. Both teams come into tonight's action 0-2 in district play. Lockhart lost a set of 2 games against Hayes last week, while the Glen Grizzlies lost a set of 2 games against the Lehman Lobos. So both teams coming in tonight. One team's going to lose their 0 and have their first victory in district. And the other one's going to fall to 0-3, and one will go to 1-2. But once again, tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night. Let's take you around the horn with the Lockhart Lions. Behind the plate is going to be Santiago Guerra. At first base, Weston Phillips. Gavin Renteria at second. Ethan Mendes at third. Nick Ojeda at shortstop. Giovanni Vasquez at left field. Jacob Wisnett in center field. And in right field is going to be Waylon Phillips. And once again, on the mound for the Lockhart Lions, throwing the heat is going to be number 1, Gage Deutsch. Will be leading things off for the Lockhart Lions on the mound. Of course, coaches for the Lockhart Lions, Coach Arias and Coach Martinez, have got this team ready and prepared for district play. Had a successful non-district slate of games as they came out over 500. I believe they finished 8-4-1 in non-district play, but have fallen 0-2 in district to a very tough Hayes team and a very good squad themselves as well. The wind is blowing. It's kind of chilly tonight. Wind is blowing out straight towards dead center field, probably about 5 to 6 miles an hour. Of course, I'm not a weatherman, but that's what my guess would be. But once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching tonight's broadcast of Lockhart Lion Baseball here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. My name is Emilio Sarge Waters, going to be bringing you all the live play-by-play action. Of course, it's a big night for Lions Pride Sports broadcast as we have 2 simultaneously broadcasts going on at the same time. Across the street from where we're at right now, the Lady Lions softball team is hosting the Lehman Lobos in district action over there. And TD Tom Dunn, who's our color commentary guy for football on Friday nights, has taken the reins over and has started to do Lady Lions softball for me while they're here at home. So he is over there on the call for tonight's broadcast over there as well as we get set to start this one. Of course, I'm going to be doing the PA duty for tonight's broadcast as well. So let's go ahead and turn over to myself as we announce the first batter of the game, which will be the Glen Grizzlies coming up. Leading off for the Grizzlies, number 7, Chase Roberts. So Chase Roberts will start things off for the Grizzlies. As you can hear, the national anthem just finishing up across the road. So big night once again for Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And once again, big shout out to our main sponsors, Kent Riddle Properties and Kreitz Market. Of course, Kent Riddle is QAing for us tonight, joining us in a historic night for Lions Pride Sports broadcast. QAing for both teams, both games. As we get set for this one, first pitch is going to be swung on and fouled out of play for strike 1. Kent Riddle, make sure, back at his home studio, QAing for us, making sure that we sound good and look good for all you Lockhart Lion fans out there all around the world. And also tonight for all you Glen Grizzly fans that may be tuning in on our YouTube channel. Welcome to the broadcast. Hope you enjoy tonight's action here at Lions Field. The 0-1 pitch going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. 0-2 to count right away to the first batter, to Roberts. I also want to thank TD Tom Dunn for joining us in the pregame show as a historic night for Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And that one's going to be popped up. That's going to be fouled and out of play. And that hit the stands up here. So the count's still going to remain no balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Roberts. Shortstop for the Leander Glen Grizzlies. And we'll take you around the horn with them when they take the field. That one's going to be swung on and hit towards right field. Phillips is coming in, making a diving catch. And that's going to be good for out number 1. Great hustle play by the right fielder, Waylon Phillips. Now up to bat number 10, Dom Tanyag. So the left-hander, Tanyag, will step into the batter's box, the right fielder for the Grizzlies. Great play by Waylon Phillips out there in right field for out number 1. And Tom Yak squares around, showing bunt. Pulls back for ball 1. So 1 out here in the top of the first inning on a great diving catch to start the game off by Waylon Phillips out in right field. So far the front runner for the defensive player of the game. Or the one goal spitting his defensive player of the game on a fantastic dive. So Deutsch started off the leadoff batter 0-2. This time he'll start the second batter on a 2-0 count. 2 balls and no strikes to Tom Yag, the right fielder for the Grizzlies. And a big swing and a miss for strike 1. A 2-1 pitch on the way. And squaring around to show bunt. Pulls back, and that one's going to be called strike 2. So the count's going to be even, 2-2 to count. And I'll get to the comments here in a little bit. And a big swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. I want to thank Claudia Holler for the stars. She says, "Let's go Lions." I hope I pronounced your name correctly, ma'am. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. As Ruben Cantu will be stepping into the batter's box. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 13, Ruben Cantu. So that's going to be strike 1 called on the outside. That's swing and a miss for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. And Gage Deutsch will strike out the last 2 batters of the top half of the first inning. So after a half an inning in play, it is Lockhart Lions 0, Leander Glen Grizzlies 0 as the Lions will come up to bat for the first time. We'll see Jacob Wisnett, Ethan Mendez, and Santiago Guerra stepping up to the plate. But right now, let's take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Meitler Plumbing LLC is the one to call on for your plumbing service work in Lockhart and Caldwell County. Call Darren Meitler from Meitler Plumbing at 512-398-3146. Darren has been with the family business for over 30 years and has been voted best plumber in Caldwell County numerous times. Master licensed and bonded. So, for any plumbing issues, call Meitler Plumbing for your plumbing service. Darren Meitler is also a 1989 Lockhart alumni and football captain for Lockhart Lions. Go Lions! Once a Lion, always a Lion.
And we are back here for the bottom half of the first inning as the Lions will be coming up to bat for the first time. Let's take you around the horn with the Grizzlies. Behind the plate, it's going to be Jacob Phelan at first base. For the Grizzlies, it's going to be Anthony Hudson. At second base, we'll see Ruben Cantu. At third base, Ronan Murray. At shortstop, we'll see Chase Roberts. In left field, we'll see Joe Brennan. And center field, it'll be Anthony Rodriguez. And in right field, it's going to be Don Tanyag. And on the mound for the Grizzlies, going to be number 2, Blake Rickmers. He'll be leading things off. The Grizzlies go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the first, and the Lions will be coming up. And once again, leading things off for the Lions is going to be number 3, Jacob Wisnett, followed by Ethan Mendez and Santiago Guerra, the top 3 batters on the lineup. Claudia let me know I did good. Thank you very much. Shout out from James Mendez. Go Lions from Gonzales, Texas. Thank you for tuning in, James. Of course, James has been a long-time employee for the Lockhart ISD. I want to thank you for all that you've done. And every time we are there at the football field, you always find your way up there to say hi. So thank you very much for being a fan. Now leading off for the Lockhart Lions, number 3, Jacob Wisnant. Yeah, always great conversation when you come up to the booth with us, Mr. Mendez, and keep it coming along. All right, as we get set, Wisnant will dig in. And we'll see the first pitch from Blake Rickmers here in the bottom half of the first inning. Get things started for the Lions at the plate. And that's going to catch that outside corner for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. That's going to be swung on and hit high in the sky to center field. Center fielder's sliding over to the right, and he'll make the squeeze for out number 1. Now batting for the Lions, number 16, Ethan Mendez. So Mendez will dig in. Swinging of the first pitch into left center field. Left fielder sliding over, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Now batting for the Lions, number 2, Santiago Guerra. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. The number 3 hitter and catcher Guerra at the plate. And he'll look at the first pitch for ball 1 outside. And that one's going to be a little bit further outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Of course, it is Teacher Appreciation Night, and the teacher Santiago Guerra chose was Miss Caitlin Graham. 2-1 pitch going to be swung on, hit into left center field, and the center fielder and left fielder coming together, and the left fielder calls for it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. And that's going to do it after 1 inning of play. Leander Glen Grizzlies 0, Lockhart Lions 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Go!
All right, and we're back here for the top of the second inning. Still no score as the Lockhart Lions go down in order 1, 2, 3. Leading off for the Grizzlies, number 19, Jacob Phelan. So Phelan will start things off. Gage Doy still on the mound for the Lockhart Lions and delivers a first pitch, breaking ball. Just missing for ball one. Big swing and a miss for strike one. 1-1 to count. Roland Murray in the on-deck circle. And check swing. Was he able to hold back? And he sure was. That's going to be ball two. Big swing and a miss for strike two. 2-2 to count. Jacob Phelan, leadoff batter here in the top half of the second. No score after 1 inning of play. Gage Doy's looking for his third strikeout, and he will get it. That's 3 straight batters in a row that he struck out. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 4, Ronan Murray. The third baseman will step up to bat for the first time. As again, Gage Doy's 3 straight batters that he struck out so far. Last 2 in the top half of the first, and now the leadoff batter here in the top half of the second. And he'll get the first batter to pop one out of play for strike one. Once again at the plate is Murray. And he'll look at the 0-1 pitch high for ball one. 1-1 to count now. That one's going to be popped up high in the sky towards the right side of the infield. Weston Phillips underneath it, and he'll make the squeeze for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Now batting, number 6, Anthony Rodriguez. So the left fielder, Rodriguez, will be digging in. And a big swing and a miss for strike one. As there's 2 outs here in the top half. Claudia want to give a big shout out to number 3, Jacob Wisnant. And that's going to be low for ball one. Had a chance to talk to Jacob before the game started. There were several other Lions. They're very excited about tonight's contest against the Glen Grizzlies. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1-2 to count with 2 outs here in the top of the second. And that's just going to miss low for ball 2. So 2-2 pitch on the way. And that one's just going to miss as well. That's going to make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Grizzlies will go down in order 1, 2, 3 in the top of the second. So after 1.5 innings of play, score still remains. Grizzlies 0, Lions 0. When we come back, we'll have Nick Ojeda, Gage Deutsch, and Giovanni Vasquez to lead things off. But right now, we'll take another quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
If you're looking to capture that special moment, let Adrian Gutierrez Photography capture that special moment for you. Whether it's a wedding, birthday, family photo, or any special occasion, Adrian Gutierrez Photography is the right one to turn that special moment into a memory that will last a lifetime. Adrian Gutierrez proudly supports Lockhart Lion athletics and can be seen at many events in Lockhart, as well as at Lockhart Lions sporting events, offering his time to create special moments for the Lockhart community. You can contact Adrian Gutierrez Photography at 512-227-6794, email adriangutierrezphotography@gmail.com, or his website adriangutierrezphotography.com.
All right, we're back here for the bottom half of the second inning. And leading things off is going to be Nick Ojeda, the shortstop of the Lockhart Lions. Thank you for the correction, Miss Ojeda. Now leading off for the Lockhart Lions, number 6, Nick Ojeda. So the Grizzlies, 2 straight innings go down in order, 1, 2, 3. Lockhart Lions go down 1, 2, 3 in the bottom half of the second. Of the first, and here they are in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Ojeda is going to be a big swing and a miss for strike 1. We'll take a hack at that one. That one's going to be fouled out of play. And Ojeda will be looking at an 0-2 count. Gage Deutsch will be is in the on-deck circle. And Giovanni Vasquez in the hole. And that one's going to miss outside, trying to get Ojeda to chase after that one. Rickmer still on the mound for the Grizzlies. And that one's going to miss for ball 2 to even up the count. And that one's going to find the corner for strike 3. Now batting for the Lions, number 1, Gage Deutsch. So the pitcher, Gage Deutsch, will be stepping into the batter's box with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And he'll look at the first pitch, breaking ball for strike 1. And we'll see another breaking ball on the inside for strike 2. Little pitcher versus pitcher duel. And that one's going to miss low for ball 1. Good eye by Gage Deutsch. Nice frame attempt by the catcher. Always like to see that. Jacob Phelan doing a good job behind the plate. That one's going to be swung on and hit down the left side foul for and the count will still remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. And 1 out here in the bottom of the second. That one's going to be up and in for ball 2. 2-2 to count. And that one's going to miss high for ball 3. That's going to make the count full. So after starting off on the count 0-2, Gage Deutsch has fought back, made it a full count. And here comes Rick Mers with the full count pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3 for out number 2. Now batting for the Lions, number 9, Giovanni Vasquez. So Giovanni Vasquez will be digging in. And we'll see Weston Phillips in the on-deck circle now. And swinging on the first pitch, and he's going to get a piece of that one, fouling it back to the backstop. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching tonight's broadcast of Lockhart Lion Baseball here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. On a historic night for us. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but that's going to be in there for strike two, as we got two broadcasts going on at the same time for the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. Tom Dunn is covering the Lady Lions softball across the street while we're here at the baseball stadium. That's going to be swung on, drop third strike, over to first base, and in time for out number 3. So the Lockhart Lions go 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the second. So after 2 innings of play, score still remains Grizzlies 0, Lions 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Old Pal Texas Tavern, located on the square in downtown Lockhart at 100 East Market Street. From a variety of appetizers, fried chicken, burgers, and salads, Old Pal is the right place for your hunger. We're open 7 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Fridays and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Our kitchen will be open late for Lockhart Lions Friday Night Lights home games. Old Pal Texas Tavern's cold drinks, fried chicken, and famous smash burgers are perfect for your after-game score. At Old Pals, we are proud supporters of the Lockhart Lions and the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
And welcome back for the top of the third inning. As I mentioned earlier in the bottom half of the second inning, big night for Lions Pride Sports broadcast. 2 broadcasts going on at the same time. TD Tom Dunn, our color commentary guy for Friday Night Football, is covering all the action for Lady Lions sports this year. He is across the street as the Lady Lions are hosting the Lehman Lobos. I'm going to try and get you a score from there here in a little bit. And, of course, we're here at the Lion Stadium for Lockhart Lion baseball. So big shout out to TD Tom Dunn for stepping in and taking over. As we get back to action, and leading off for the Glen Grizzlies, number 21, Billy McHenry. The designated hitter, McHenry, who's batting for Anthony Hudson, the first baseman, will be leading things off here in the top of the third inning. Gage Doy still on the mound. Santiago Guerra still behind the plate. No defensive shifts so far yet. That one's going to be swung on the first pitch out towards right field. Waylon Phillips underneath it, not having a dive for this one. He'll make the squeeze for out number 1. Now batting, number 11, Joe Brennan. So Joe Brennan, the left fielder, made a couple of plays for outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. He'll look at the first pitch, called strike 1 on the outside. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball. Wow, just missing. Very close. That'll make the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Showing bunt. Tries to lay it down, fouls it back to the backstop for strike 2. So the count's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the third. Joe Brennan at the plate. Gage Joyce on the mound with the delivery. And great job by Santiago Guerra to hold on to that one. That's going to be another strikeout. It'll be number 4 for Gage Deutsch. Now batting number 2, Blake Rickmers. So the pitcher will come up to bat with 2 outs here in the top half of the third inning. A big swing and a miss for strike 1. Another swing and a miss for strike two. And a swing and a miss for strike three. And that's going to be strikeout number 5. So after 2.5 innings of play, score still remains 0-0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
If you find yourself stuck on the side of the road or in an accident, call Quantum Towing and Recovery at 512-295-8697. Quantum Towing has been a family-owned business since its inception in 2000. We offer 24-hour towing and recovery services for your vehicle. We also offer a wide range of services such as lockouts, jump starts, tire change, winch outs, and environmental hazard cleanups. We have 4 locations that cover Kyle, San Marcos, Hulen, and Lockhart. Quantum Towing is only a phone call away for all of your towing needs.
Now batting is going to be Weston Phillips. Now batting for the Lions, number 13, Weston Phillips. So the first baseman will come up to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Rickmer's still on the mound. Yeah, swing and a miss for strike 1 to lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Breaking ball, catching that inside corner for strike 2. So an 0-2 count as Weston will call timeout. In the on-deck circle is Waylon Phillips, and in the hole, it's number 5, Gavin Renteria, the second baseman. Well, right now we got the first baseman at the plate. And Rickmer's with the chase pitch on the outside, trying to get Phillips to go after that one. And he'll take a swing at that one. That's going to be popped up towards the right side. First baseman charging in, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Now batting for the Lions, number 7, Waylon Phillips. Of course, Weston Phillips honored her appreciation teacher for tonight. Squared around a show bunt. Going to foul that one back for strike 1. Weston Phillips honored Miss Irene Sosa. And Waylon Phillips, Miss Trinity Burton. And we'll get the rest of the teachers that were appreciated here tonight for Teacher Appreciation Night. It is 0-1 to Waylon. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Waylon has made a couple of great plays out there in right field. One of them was a diving catch to start the game off for the first out. Right now he's looking at an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Now batting for the Lions, number 5, Gavin Renteria. So the number 9 hitter for the Lions, Gavin Renteria, will be stepping up to the plate. And he'll look at the first pitch outside for ball 1. swing and a miss for strike two. You could hear in the crowd mic the Lady Lions softball game from across the street. Waiting to get an update on what the score is from TD Tom Dunn. That one's going to be outside low for ball two. 2-1 to count. That one's going to scoot back to the backstop for ball three. 3-1 to count to Gavin Renteria. And the leadoff batter, Jacob Wisnett, in the on-deck circle. 3-1 pitch on the way. Yeah, it's going to be up and in for ball four, and we'll have our first batter on the base pads. And it's going to be a Lockhart Lion. Gavin Renteria will make his way to first base. Now batting for the Lions, number 3, Jacob Wisnett. This is going to be Wisnett's second trip up to the plate. He flew out to the center fielder to lead things off for the Lions in the bottom half of the first inning. And we'll have one line on the base pads. Renteria at first. Swing and a miss for strike one. That's swing and a miss for strike two. Taking a big hack at that one. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. That one's going to be in the turf for ball one. Great job by the catcher laying down in front of that one. It's going to be Jacob Phelan doing a great job behind the plate for the Grizzlies. Just as Santiago Guerra for the Lions behind the plate. That one's going to be swung on and hit to the shortstop. They'll scoop it up, toss it over to second for out number 3. So that's going to do it. Lockhart Lions get their first runner on the base pads, unable to move him around. But after 3 innings of play, score still remains. Leander Glen Grizzlies 0, Lockhart Lions 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Nestled on the outskirts of Luling and Lockhart is the beautiful and quaint chapel on Mayberry Hill. A tiny wedding chapel specializing in micro-weddings, vow renewals, officiant services, and as a photography venue. The chapel is both rustic and elegant, as it sits atop the wooded grounds of a private residence. Named after the homestead and hill it rests upon, the chapel features a cedar accent wall, stunning cedar slatted high ceilings, genuine hardwood floors, and beautifully restored stained glass windows. The Mayberries are both ordained ministers and enjoy the opportunity to provide small, affordable and stress-free micro-wedding ceremonies, with a wide range of services and all-inclusive packages. Follow the chapel on social media or see their website at chapelonmayberryhill.net.
So Chase Roberts will be leading things off here in the top half of the fourth inning as things are moving along here at Lions Field. Across the street, the Lady Lions and Lady Lobos are tied at 1 apiece in their contest over there. Gage Doy still on the mound for the Lockhart Lions and delivering the first pitch, and that's going to be a breaking ball outside for ball one. And that one's going to be high for ball two. That one's going to be swung on and fouled back to the backstop for strike one. 2-1 to count to the leadoff hitter, Chase Roberts. And that one's going to be hit right back up the middle, and that's going to find its way into right center field. And Chase Roberts will get a single for the first hit of the game for either squad. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 10, Dom Tanyag. So Dom Tanyag will come up to bat. He struck out his first plate appearance. Nobody out here in the top half of the fourth inning. Gonna throw over to first base, not in time. Turn around, squared around to show bunt's going to pop that one up. Guerra will make his way out there and make the catch for out number one. Great hustle play by the catcher. Now batting number 13, Ruben Cantu. A throw over to first base. And Roberts will slide underneath the tag of Weston Phillips. That one's going to be popped up sky high in the infield. Nick Ojeda calling for it, and he'll make the catch for out number two. That'll make it 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 19, Jacob Phelan. A nice sizable lead off of first base for Roberts. That'll be a breaking ball in there for strike one. That'll catch that outside corner. It's going to be low for ball one. Looks like Roberts was thinking about taking off, but Guerra was able to scoop it off the turf. Swing and a miss. The throw down to second. It's going to be in time with the tag being applied by Gavin Renteria on a dart thrown by Santiago Guerra to end the top of the fourth inning. So after 3.5 innings of play, the score still remains Leander Glenn 0, Lockhart Lions 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast.
Richie 360 Photo Booth Rentals is your one-stop shop for your next event. Whether it's weddings, baby showers, birthdays, graduations, and more. You can have the best of both worlds with our 360 video booth and mini booth mirror. The 360 photo booth is a revolutionary next-level photo booth experience. The revolving camera surrounds attendees, capturing a 360-degree slow-motion movie that your guests will remember forever. Here at Richie 360 Photo Booth, this is where moments turn into memories. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. If you're looking to liven up your child's birthday party or celebration, JR's Bouncy Biz has what you need. From your basic jump house and water slide, to a choice of a boys or girls combo bouncy house with slide. For more information and to schedule a reservation, you can call 737-262-0231 and let JR's Bouncy Biz help you liven up your party.
All right, we're back for the bottom half of the fourth inning. And now leading off for the Lockhart Lions, number 16, Ethan Mendez. Of course, Jacob Wisnett honored Miss Leanne Castillo for Teacher Appreciation Night. And Ethan Mendez honored Mr. Dwayne Silkett as they were joining them on the field during the introductions as they stood out there with them in their positions for the national anthem tonight. Mendez comes up to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out to the left fielder, his first plate appearance, swinging on the first pitch. And the first pitch he'll take a look at here in the second time trip up to the bat. It'll be a swing and a miss for strike one. Ethan Mendez has been a starter for the Lions since his freshman days. He's a junior this year, so we'll have him for another year. Another swing and a miss for strike two. Of course, he's the grandson of one James Mendez. Tuning in, watching from Gonzales, Texas. That one's going to be in the turf. Drop third strike on the way to first and in time for out number one. Now batting for the Lockhart Lions, number 2, Santiago Guerra. Santiago honored Miss Caitlin Graham for Teacher Appreciation Night. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. That's going to be a foul ball back to the backstop for strike one. Once again, the score still remains 1-1 across the street for the Lady Lions and Lehman Lobos. Lady Lobos out there. That one's going to be inside for ball one. 1-1 to count. One pitch on the way. That's going to be up and in for ball two. Rickmer still on the mound for the Grizzlies. Both him and Gage Doyce doing a fantastic job on the mound. Of course, some great defensive plays for both sides of the field. And a swing and a miss for strike two for Guerra. Guerra is 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out to the left fielder, his first plate appearance. Looking at a 2-2 count. That's going to be up and in for ball three. Both teams have been able to manage at least one runner on the base pads. Gavin Renteria in the bottom of the third was left stranded at first base. And Chase Roberts was left stranded at first. Actually, he was thrown out at first, and the first base hit of the game is going to go to left field by Guerra. He'll round first, and they'll hold him off there as he'll make his way back. So the first base hit for either team. As Guerra breaks that. Now to bat for the Lockhart Lions, number 6, Nick Ojeda. So Ojeda will come up to bat. He is 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. The shortstop for the Lockhart Lions. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. So the first hit of the game is in the books. And Rickmer's first pitch to Ojeda is going to be inside for ball one. And there is one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Throw over to first base and not in time. As we got a courtesy runner coming in. That's Jesse Flores will be running for Santiago Guerra. And Flores is on his way to throw to second. It's going to be high and not in time. Oh, they're going to be in time, and they're going to get him, call him out. Count is 2-0. Great throw by Phelan, a little high, but great job by the second baseman, Ruben Cantu, to bring it down to make the tag for out number 2. And that clears the base pads out. That one's going to be up and in for ball 3. So 3-0 count to Ojeda. And the pitcher, Gage Deutsch, is in the on-deck circle. Nick Ojeda honored Mr. Ty Henricks. And that's going to be ball 4. And we'll have our third base runner on the base pads for the Lockhart Lions. And now batting for the Lockhart Lions, number 1, Gage Deutsch. So Gage Deutsch honored Coach Rachel Huggins for Teacher Appreciation Night. And Nick Ojeda is at first base. That one's going to be up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. Throw it to first base. And that one's going to be in there for strike 1. 1-1 to count with 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And swing. Got a little piece of that one for strike 2. The catcher, Palin, thought that was strike 3. Makes his way back behind the plate. It is strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. And Ojeda at first base with a 4-pitch walk. Throw over to first base, and Ojeda will slide back safely. But we got Coach Arias at third base and Coach Martinez at first for the Lions. That's going to be high for ball 2. That'll even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's going to catch that inside corner for strike 3. And that's going to do it for the bottom of the 4th inning. Lions will leave another runner stranded. After 4 innings of play, score still remains. Lockhart Lions 0, Grizzlies 0. We're going to take a quick timeout. And we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Hector. Live your best life for the one you lost. That's what One Ghost is.
Nothing but diamonds around my neck and around my wrist. I'm looking good. It's a sunny day. Sunny day. It's a sunny day. It's a sunny day and we all got ghetto dreams. Diamond rings. Money.
All right, Phelan will be back at the plate as he was at the plate when Chase Roberts was thrown out at first. Or was thrown out at second, excuse me. And he'll be started off with a fastball for a swing and a miss and strike one. As Gage Deutsch is on the mound for his 5th inning of action. Swing and a miss for strike two. Deutsch with 6 strikeouts on the night so far. 0-2 pitch on the way. And another swing and a miss for strike three. And strikeout number 7 for out number 1 here in the top half of the 5th inning. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 4, Ronan Murray. Murray's 0 for 1 this afternoon, or this evening. Popped up to the first baseman. This time sent a line drive towards left field. And Giovanni Vasquez will make the squeeze for out number 2. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 6, Anthony Rodriguez. So Rodriguez will step into the batter's box. He is 0 for 1. He's one of the strikeout victims for Gage Deutsch, who has 7 on the night. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And he'll look at the first pitch for strike one. So far, Gage Deutsch has thrown 5 pitches here in the top of the 5th. 2 outs. One of them will strike out. The last one will fly out to left field. Yes, number 6 will be a swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 to count. The 0-2 pitch on the way. And it's going to be a 7-pitch inning for Gage Deutsch, as he'll strike out the first out and the third out of the inning. Sandwiched in between is a fly out to left field by Ronan Murray. So after 4.5 innings of play, it is still scoreless. Grizzlies 0, Lions 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back for the bottom half of the 5th inning right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Attention parents of all young athletes. Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Then join us at Lions Legacy, where our dedicated and experienced coaches provide free group training sessions to help you improve your skills and reach your full potential. We also offer low-cost private and sports-specific training as well. But that's not all. By joining our Legacy program, you'll have access to camps, scholarships, community events, team-building exercises, tutoring, and more throughout your school and athletic career. So come be a part of something special and start building your legacy today. Join us at Lions Legacy and let's take your game to the next level. For more info, go to www.lionslegacy.org or call us at 512-200-2005. Go Lions!
And we are back as Giovanni Vasquez will lead things off for the Lockhart Lions here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Still a scoreless game. Vasquez will be digging in. He is 0 for 1 this afternoon, or this evening, with a strikeout. Second plate appearance. And he'll take a shot at the first one, a swing, hack at it, and he'll foul it down the left side. It's going to be cleanly fielded by Coach Arias. As we have Weston Phillips and Waylon Phillips, the next two coming up to the plate. Weston in the on-deck circle. That's going to be up and in for ball one. Almost looks like Giovanni Vasquez was ready to take that one off the shoulder. 1-1 pitch on the way from Rickmers, who's still in the ball game. Great frame job by Phelan for strike 2. One-two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Yeah, it's going to be the second strikeout for Giovanni Vasquez. Now batting for the Lions, number 13, Weston Phillips. So Rickmers and Gage Deutsch each have 7 strikeouts on the night. And Weston Phillips is 0 for 1. Popped up to the first baseman, his first plate appearance. Looks at the first pitch. High for ball 1. And that one's going to hit Weston. And that'll bring up Waylon Phillips up to the plate. We turn it over to the PA duties real quick. Now batting for the Lions, number 7, Waylon Phillips. So Weston Phillips is down the first base line, walking it off. I might have took it off the ankle bone, and in cool weather like this, you know that's got to hurt. But he's a first baseman. He's going to make his way out there. Stretches it out a little bit. Is on the base pads. So we got a runner at first and Weston Phillips with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Waylon Phillips at the plate. That one's going to get away from the catcher. Weston's going to make his way over to second base. So that's going to be ball 1. And I believe that's the first runner to get to second base for either squad. It took 4.5 innings to get there. Or should I say 4 1/3 of an inning. Rickmer's turn to look at second base. Weston Phillips getting back. Nobody there to get the catch, to make the throw out there for Rickmer's. 1-0 count to Waylon Phillips. Turn around a show bunt to throw to second, and that's going to be not in time. As Weston was able to slide underneath the tag of the shortstop, Chase Roberts. One 0 pitch on the way. Showing bunt, pulls back for ball 2. Once again, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Weston Phillips hit by the pitch is at second base. Laying it down the right side is going to be foul. Of course, Weston and Waylon. 2 brothers playing on the varsity squad. So 2-1 pitch on the way. That's going to be bunted. That's going to go backwards. That'll make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. So after trying to get Weston Phillips over on 2 straight bunt attempts, on 2 strikes, I doubt if we'll see a third attempt. The turn to second will be a no-go. That one's going to be hit just over the second baseman's head, who's unable to come up with it. So that's going to go down as an error. Yeah. Now batting for the Lockhart Lions, number 15, Jesse Flores. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a timeout meeting at the mound. And, of course, Weston Phillips honored Miss Irene Sosa for Teacher Appreciation Night, while Waylon Phillips honored Miss Trinity Burton, Gavin Renteria, Miss Melissa Gratz, And Jesse Flores, who's pinch hitting for Gavin Renteria, honored coach Mauricio Martinez. And discussion at the mound. We do got 2 Lions on the base pads. With 1 out. That was an error on the field for the Grizzlies as the second baseman was unable to come up with the catch. And Blake Rickmers will remain in the game for the Grizzlies. Has done a great job for them, just as Gage Deutsch has done with them, with the Lockhart Lions on the mound. Both pitchers have 7 strikeouts total between the both or each. As Rickmers turns to look at second base, no go that way. As Jesse Flores comes up to the plate, lays it down in front of the plate. Pitcher comes up with it, throws it over to first base in time for out number 2. That'll advance the runners as we go back to the top of the lineup. Now leading off for the Lockhart Lions, number 3, Jacob Wisnett. Wisnett is 0 for 2 tonight. A big hit right here can bring at least 1 run in, maybe 2. A swing and a miss for strike 1. As Weston Phillips is at third, Waylon Phillips at second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 2. That one's going to be hit towards right field. Right fielder's going up underneath it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So the Lions will leave 2 runners stranded. But after 5 innings of play, the score still remains. Lockhart Lions 0, Grizzlies 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Smoke Texas Barbecue puts smiles on faces. Since 1900, Kreitz Market has been putting smiles on faces with every bite of Smoke Texas Barbecue. Located off of Highway 183 at 619 North Colorado Street in Lockhart, Texas, 5th generation owner Keith Schmidt continues the tradition of providing the best barbecue in Texas with its award-winning varieties of beef, sausage, and pork meats. All Kreitz Barbecue is post oak smoked to perfection under Pitmaster Roy Perez's watchful eye in Kreitz Market's hallowed brick pits. Let Kreitz cater your party or event. Kreitz can assemble a complete barbecue dinner and sides for any event in Central Texas. To get a quote on catering, Kreitz Barbecue Catering Manager Weston Black can be reached at 512-398-2361. That's 512-398-2361. Kreitz Market opens 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sundays from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can find out more about Kreitz Market on their Facebook page or go to KreitzMarket.com. That's www.KreitzMarket.com.
And we are back here for the top half of the 6th inning. Gage Deutsch still out on the mound as we get set to start. And this inning will be started at the plate. Now leading off for the Grizzlies, number 21, Billy McHenry. So McHenry will get himself set up. He'll take a hack at the first pitch, and he's going to foul that one out of play for strike 1. Once again, want to give a big thank you to all those that are tuning in, watching tonight's broadcast of Lockhart Lion Baseball. Whether you're watching on our Facebook channel or YouTube channel, welcome to the broadcast and hope you're enjoying tonight's action as we got a great one going on tonight. That one's going to be breaking ball outside for ball one. Gage Deutsch on the mound for the Lockhart Lions has been there. 7 strikeouts, and he's been matched by Blake Rickmers for the Glen Grizzlies, who has 7 strikeouts himself. And that's going to be called strike on the outside for strike 2. 1-2 to count. That one's going to be hit towards the second baseman. That's going to take a weird bounce off of Jesse Flores. So McHenry will find himself at first base. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 11, Joe Brennan. So Joe Brennan will come up to the plate. McHenry at first base, designated hitter for the Grizzlies. Showing bunt, and that one's just going to go foul. And great job by Gage Deutsch to run out there and scoop it up before it made his way back into fair play. Jesse Flores is now in the game at second base after pinch hitting for Gavin Renteria in the last inning. A throw to first base, not in time, as McHenry was able to slide underneath the tag of Weston Phillips. Good to see he's still out there. Took one off the ankle bone this last half of the inning here in the bottom half of the fifth. That one's going to be high for ball one. Time's going to be called at the plate. Little confusion of the signals from the third base coach as Joe Brennan makes his way out there. Get some words of encouragement from the third base coach. As we get back to play, Brennan digs back in, squares around a show bunt, and gets a piece of that one for a foul ball. Count's going to be 1-1 now. Oh, 1-2, excuse me. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top half of the sixth. McHenry at first base with a leadoff single and a big swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 1. That's going to bring Blake Rickmers up to the plate. Now up to bat for the Grizzlies, number 2, Blake Rickmers. So the number 9 hitter, Rickmers, up to bat for his second plate appearance. Struck out his first time up at bat. Turns around to show bunt. Bunts it foul for strike 1. Oh and 1 to the batter, Rickmers, the pitcher for the Grizzlies. And he'll pull back on the bunt attempt for ball 1. 1-1 the count. That'll put the leadoff hitter, Chase Roberts, in the on-deck circle. Once again, turn around and showing bunt. That one's going to be high for ball 2. Getting the signals once again from the third base coach is Rickmers. 2-1 the count. Squaring around a show bunt, and he's going to foul that one back for strike 2. That'll even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll make it 2 outs. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 7, Chase Roberts. Be strikeout number 9 for Gage Deutsch. That one's going to be hit towards the second baseman. Jesse Flores will make the squeeze for out number 3. And that'll end the threat for the Grizzlies here in the top half of the 6th inning. Score still remains Grizzlies 0, Lions 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with a more Lockhart Line baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Richie 360 Photo Booth Rentals is your one-stop shop for your next event. Whether it's weddings, baby showers, birthdays, graduations, and more. You can have the best of both worlds with our 360 video booth and mini booth mirror. The 360 photo booth is a revolutionary next-level photo booth experience. The revolving camera surrounds attendees, capturing a 360-degree slow-motion movie that your guests will remember forever. Here at Richie 360 Photo Booth, this is where moments turn into memories. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook.
And we are here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Scoreless game as we have Ethan Mendez who will be stepping up. Now leading off for the Lockhart Lions, number 16, Ethan Mendez. So Lockhart Lions are looking for a spark. Had their best opportunity in the bottom half of the 5th inning as they were able to have 2 runners on the base pads at 3rd and 2nd, unable to get them across the plate. But the junior Ethan Mendez, who is 0 for 2 tonight, looking to break through, will be leading off the bottom half of the 6th inning, and he'll take a look at the first pitch for a breaking ball inside for strike 1. And Blake Rickmers is still on the mound, has 7 strikeouts. And that's going to be inside for ball 1. Gage Deutsch has 9. So 2 fantastic nights of pitching for Gage Deutsch and Blake Rickmers. That one's going to be hit right back up the middle off the glove of the pitcher over to first in time for out number 1. Now batting for the Lions, number 2, Santiago Guerra. Now the lone hit for the Lockhart Lions tonight, Santiago Guerra, who's 1 for 2 this evening. He was pinch hit, courtesy run with Jesse Flores, who was thrown out at second base trying to go steal second. Got caught stealing. They'll look at the first pitch, low for ball 1. Now 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. That one will catch that inside corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Santiago singled to left field his last plate appearance. He is 1 for 2 this evening. And a big swooping breaking ball just missing for ball 2. Two and 1 to count. Another drive down the left side, and that one's going to be foul about half a foot. That'll make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Dropped third on the way to first, and in time for out number 2. Now batting for the Lions, number 6, Nick Ojeda. So Ojeda will dig in. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That's the 8th strikeout for Rickmers. That one's going to be ball 1. That'll bounce away from the catcher. Ojeda is 0 for 1 this evening with a walk and a strikeout. 1-1 pitch on the way. That one's going to miss for ball 2. 2-1 the count with 2 outs. Oh, that one's going to miss outside for ball 3. Just missing. 3-1 the count. Ojeda with the ground ball hit right back up the middle. Spin around by the shortstop over to first in time for out number 3. And that's going to do it. After 6 innings of play, it is still scoreless. Glen Grizzlies 0, Lockhart Lions 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Shields AC and Heating is a small family-owned business located here in Lockhart, Texas. You can count on us for all your air conditioning and heating repairs. Here at Shields AC and Heating we service commercial and residential HVAC system as well as refrigeration, ice machines and walk-in coolers. So, if you're in need of commercial or residential AC repairs, you can count on Shields AC and Heating to be there for you by calling us at 512-227-1219. We take pride in your comfort. Meitler Plumbing LLC is the one to call on for your plumbing service work in Lockhart and Caldwell County. Call Darren Meitler from Meitler Plumbing at 512-398-3146. Darren has been with the family business for over 30 years, and has been voted best plumber in Caldwell County numerous times. Master licensed and bonded. So, for any plumbing issues, call Meitler Plumbing for your plumbing service. Darren Meitler is also a 1989 Lockhart alumni and football captain for Lockhart Lions. Go Lions! Once a Lion, always a Lion.
And we are back for the top half of the 7th inning. Still a scoreless game, as Gage Deutsch is still on the mound looking to close this one out. He's gone 6 strong with 9 strikeouts. As we head to the top half of the 7th inning, we'll see the number 2, 3, and 4 hitter. And lead it off for the Grizzlies, number 10, Dom Tanyag. So Dom will start things off for the Grizzlies. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Chase Roberts, the lone batter to get a single or to get a hit. Both pitchers are throwing 1-hit shutouts. And Tom Yagg's going to foul that one towards the left side, not out of play, but off the backstop for strike 1. Gage Deutsch right now to this point has 9 strikeouts, only giving up 1 hit. No walks. It's going to be fouled back to the backstop for strike 2. While Rickmers has 8 strikeouts, 1 hit, a hit batsman, and 2 walks. But most importantly, no scores for either pitcher, no runs. And that's going to be in there for strike 3, right at the kneecaps for out number 1 here in the top half of the 7th inning. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 13, Ruben Cantu. And he'll take a hack at the first one, fouls it out of play. Great game, only 1 error by either team. And that's going to be a breaking ball, swooping by that corner for strike 2. 0-2 to count to Ruben Cantu with Jacob Phelan in the on-deck circle. That one's going to be hit towards right center field. Jacob Wisnan give it chase, making a dive and a catch. Beautiful diving catch by Jacob Wisnan for out number 2. Laying it out and making a catch. Great job by Jacob Wisnan. Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 19, Jacob Phelan. A ground ball to the third baseman. Mendez scooping it up, backhanded over to first base in time for out number 3. So the stage is set going into the bottom half of the 7th inning. We will see the number 5, 6, and 7 hitter coming up to the plate for the Lockhart Lions. But right now, we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
We know it can be hard to follow a dream, even harder to sustain one. However, at Changing Faces Barber Academy, we not only understand, but welcome those walking the path of their reveries. We make it our purpose to teach beyond just a skill set of cutting hair. In fact, we want to help with communication dexterity, give you the abilities to not only build clientele, but to be able to build off one. A good barber is the customer service he or she gives. And that is the mission here at Changing Faces Barber Academy. If you are interested in making a career of becoming a barber, you can visit our website at cfbarberacademy.com or stop on by at 900 Bug Lane Suite 115 in San Marcos, Texas.
And we are back for the bottom half of the 7th inning. It is still scoreless, and big thanks to a diving catch by Jacob Wisnan for the second out. And Ethan Mendez coming up with a great backhand over to first base for out number 3 to end the 7th inning. As we still remain scoreless here, going into the bottom of the 7th, as Blake Rickmers is still on the mound for the Grizzlies. As we'll see the number 5, 6, and 7 hitter, but right now, number 5 is walking up to the plate. And now leading off for the Lockhart Lions, number 1, Gage Deutsch. And Deutsch coming up for his 3rd plate appearance. He's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. He has 10 strikeouts on the mound for the Lions tonight. And he'll look at the first pitch, low and inside for ball one. That was going to be up and away for ball two. So far, both pitchers for both teams, Rickmers and Gage Deutsch, has shown some great control on the mound. That one's going to be hit hard towards left field. That one is up, back, and out of here. Gage Deutsch with the game-winning home run to left field. And the Lockhart Lions will go to 1-2 in district, while the Grizzlies will fall to 0-3. Gage Deutsch rounding third base on his way home, being mobbed at the plate. That was a big hit and a big time for the Lockhart Lions. Their second hit of the night is a game winner on a solo shot to left field. And the Lockhart Lions will defeat the Leander Glen Grizzlies 1-0 on a fantastic finish for tonight's game. Got to give it up to the Glen Grizzlies. What a game they put up. Great job by their pitcher, Rickmers. But hats off to the Lockhart Lions as they come out victorious in a big district matchup, 1-0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll have your Kreitz Market postgame show. And we'll have your One Ghost Fitness defensive players of the game and your Kreitz Market offensive player of the game right here on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast.
Smoke Texas Barbecue puts smiles on faces. Since 1900, Kreitz Market has been putting smiles on faces with every bite of Smoke Texas Barbecue. Located off of Highway 183 at 619 North Colorado Street in Lockhart, Texas, fifth-generation owner Keith Schmidt continues the tradition of providing the best barbecue in Texas with its award-winning varieties of beef, sausage, and pork meats. All Kreitz Barbecue is post oak smoked to perfection under Pitmaster Roy Perez's watchful eye in Kreitz Market's hallowed brick pits. Let Kreitz cater your party or event. Kreitz can assemble a complete barbecue dinner and sides for any event in Central Texas. To get a quote on catering, Kreitz Barbecue Catering Manager Weston Black can be reached at 512-398-2361. That's 512-398-2361. Kreitz Market opens 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sundays from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can find out more about Kreitz Market on their Facebook page or go to KreitzMarket.com. That's www.KreitzMarket.com.
Wow, what a game tonight here at Lions Stadium here between the Lockhart Lions and the Glen Grizzlies. It comes down to the final half of the inning here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. Gage Deutsch steps up to the plate to lead things off for the Lockhart Lions. Not only led off, but ended the game on a solo shot to right field or to left field over the scoreboard as the Lockhart Lions come out victorious 1-0. And what it turns out to be a great defensive game as Gage Deutsch will finish the night off with 10 strikeouts, while Rickmers finishes with 8 strikeouts, giving up 2 hits. The big hit on a solo shot to end the game. And, man, what a game, what a game. I want to thank everybody who tuned in and watched tonight's broadcast. And it was treated to a great baseball game. These two teams will be playing against Friday night. This time it's going to be at Leander Glen, so I'm pretty sure the Grizzlies are going to be looking forward to that one, as the Lions are going to try and make it 2 in a row. And the Grizzlies will try to get their first win of district play this Friday night. But tonight, the Grizzlies fall to 0-3. The Lions go to 1-3 or 1-2. Okay, will do. And just got Coach Mavis coming up. Wanted me to keep the scoreboard on. What a game! He had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 strikeouts. Yeah, 10 strikeouts, 1 hit, and no walks. Yeah. 1 for 2. 1 and 2. That one is the one that counted. All right, giving some information to Coach Mavis on what a great day. What a great day. And, of course, we're in the post-game show here in the Christ Market post-game show. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Of course, in our post-game, we give our players of the game for tonight's contest against the Leander Glen Grizzlies. As for your One Ghost Fitness defensive player of the game, well, let's start with the Christ Market offensive player of the game. It's going to be a no-brainer. That's going to go to Gage Deutsch with a solo shot to left field to win the game for the Lockhart Lions. So congratulations, Gage Deutsch. You are the Christ Market offensive player of the game. Now we go to the other side of the field for your One Ghost Fitness defensive player of the game. Gage Deutsch is the Christ Market offensive player of the game. Now for your One Ghost Fitness defensive players of the game, it's going to go to number 3, Jacob Wisden on a beautiful diving catch. And Waylon Phillips leading the game off with a diving catch himself. And, of course, on the mound for the Lockhart Lions, getting both honors for tonight, it's going to be Gage Deutsch. So congratulations to Gage Deutsch, Jacob Wisden, and Waylon Phillips. You are the One Ghost Fitness defensive players of the game. As for your offensive player of the game, congratulations to Gage Deutsch. You are the Christ Market offensive player of the game. So that's going to do it for us tonight. What a great night for Lockhart Lion baseball. Gage Deutsch comes off the mound, having a great night. Comes up to lead the bottom of the 7th inning and ends it with a solo shot to left field over the scoreboard to give the Lockhart Lions a 1-0 victory. So that's going to do it for tonight here at Lions Field. And I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's broadcast. What an exciting night. And like I always say, you can take the line out of Lockhart, but you can never take the heart out of Lockhart. Go Lions.
Thank you for watching today's broadcast of Lockhart Lion Sports, brought to you by Kent Riddle Properties on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And remember, like the Sarge always says, you can take the lion out of Lockhart, but you can never take the heart out of Lockhart. Go Lions!